would you suck a dick a week for $100,000 a year? I said yes. No, no question about it.
100,000 a year is definitely not enough.
It's not enough for you to suck. That's only 52 dick sucks. You get basically $2,000 a week.
But you just the repeatedness of it, dude. Like if I was a woman or if I was gay, I'm all in. I dread going to work now. Imagine if that was your job and you got to go to work next week.
Dude, I would bang it out. I would just be like, all right, let me try and get like 10 done a day. I would just up front do a week of work, suck 52 dicks in a week, and have 51 weeks where I get $100K to do whatever I want. I'm not swap.
Circumstances always wants to cancel Perry.
Haters gonna hate.
Butts.
What up? What up? What up? It is Tuesday once again, and we are back for another FOC and chill. The link will be here in the chat here shortly, and we'll decide, are we going to do FOC or we got some other things that we got to talk about. But this week I do have a special guest, and his Kickstarter is live right now, End of Zed. The link to that Kickstarter is down below in the description of the video. I'll get it in the chat as well. But before we bring him on, I did want to play the video for that. So let's get that in and we'll get him on here. Oh, wait. First time doing it. There we go.
My name is Eddie Lima, and I'm the creator of End of Zed, a project I've been working on for years. The story follows a robot who crash lands in the Bronx in 1982, severely damaged and with no memory, as he navigates one of the city's most turbulent times, shaped by the rise of the crack epidemic. He also discovers the powerful, positive force of hip-hop.
Where am I? Party people, are we ready? 3, 2, 1.
End of Zed isn't just another comic. It fuses the rebellious energy of New York City with a gripping dystopian narrative. This story delivers visually striking action and powerful themes. If you're into bold, unapologetic storytelling, then the End of Zed is for you. By backing this project, you're not only helping bring Zed's story to life, but you'll gain access to exclusive rewards. I can't wait for all of you to experience Zed's world. Back my project today and become part of this amazing journey.
There you have it. And I am already a backer of this great Kickstarter. Eddie is a friend of the channel Indie Comics and Reviews. That's my comic book channel, or my comic book dad's channel, I should say. And so we've been talking about this project of Eddie's for some time, and it is finally here and live on Kickstarter. And I am so excited to have it live. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to have you, man. I know this has been a long time coming. Oof. We've been talking about this Kickstarter for a while now, but it's finally here. And I'm so excited to get this thing in my hand. The quality of the book is so high. I love the way the colors just pop off the page. The artist that you found is spectacular. And of course, the graffiti and the kind of hip hop elements that you're fusing into the book. I'm excited to see how you do that. But what up, Eddie? Welcome to FOC and Chill. Yes. Tell us about your Kickstarter, man.
Well, I made it big time, so that's all that matters. I made it to your show, man. So this is awesome, man. And Marcus, you were, I think, my second or third backer, so that means a lot to me, man. I am honored, man. So really, next edition will be dedicated to you because really, you're one of you guys, Lorenzo, as well as some other people, really been supporting me since day one. I remember when I first went on your show. This is even before the comic was starting to be made. I had the icon of Zed. And I remember you made a comment on that, you know?
Yeah,
you made a comment on that. And then you made a comment on the Crow CD being one of the best soundtracks ever. And I was like, holy shit, man. Okay, me and this dude connect, man. He digs my character, and he digs probably one of the best soundtracks ever in The Crow, you know. So, and you were rattling off the names and everything, man. So that was cool, you know.
You know, I love music, and I love that music is a part of this book. But tell us, what is the synopsis of the book, and what are you trying to accomplish with it?
Sure. So Endezed's about a robot who crash lands in the South Bronx in 1982. And that was a crazy time in the city. I mean, and not only saw the negative part of the beginnings of the crack epidemic, but it also saw the birth of hip hop, which ushered in, new music, new fashion, as well as new art with graffiti. So this is what he has to navigate through. He navigates through this, and Zed the robot will end up finding out that he has an origin here, and more importantly, that he has a purpose. So it's been a passion project of mine for years. This started from a movie screenplay that I wrote years ago, and then I had to condense it down into a comic screenplay, and then I already drew it out, but since I'm not a sequential artist, I had to let the pros handle it. So pros came in and did an amazing job, man, and particularly with the coloring, as you mentioned before, which I appreciate, man. A lot of people sleep on colors, in terms of nighttime also, because if you really look at something during the daytime and then look at it again at night in terms of colors, it takes on a completely different feel and a completely different aesthetic. So I'm grateful that the artists that I worked with were sensitive to that, and the product just came out great, man. Came out awesome.
Yeah, that is an eye that I've developed over time. When I first got back into comic books, you immediately recognize good art and art that you like and art that you don't like. But really, in the beginning, you attribute it all to the artist,
Yes.
But as you get further along, and you start to see the difference in colors, the way people do things, and you're like, this artist, the way they drew this is really awesome, but
Yeah.
the way they colored it is just blinging it off the
Yes.
page. So I've
Yes.
definitely found a newfound appreciation for the colorists. The colorists don't get enough respect for what they do, because
Sure.
what they do is oh so important. And your colorist is killing it in this
Yes.
book. Check out the art on some of the pages on the Kickstarter.
Yes.
I'm really excited to see it on the page.
And the letter, and I'll take an extension out. Even the letter did an amazing job, because he was also very sensitive to what we were trying to do. We call this comic a mixture of a Wild Robot meets the Warriors, right? And so all of that took place in one night, and that's what this comic is. And in particularly the way that it prints, the way it printed, I got to tell you, Marcus, was amazing. The way the colors popped off the pages really surprised me, but I was very grateful for it, because that has a lot to do with the story. So it's a story about light and darkness, good and evil, and so all these themes kind of combined together to create the story.
Awesome. And what is the long-term plan for this? Are we going to stick with one, or you got immediate plans for the next one? Or
Yes.
I mean, I know the answer, but just for everyone
Yeah,
else.
no, sure. It's going to be between either 3 or 4. Actually, some things came to light with my editor, and it may work better as a 3, just a 3-issue set instead of a 4, because there are some things that we might want to continue from. And the response I got, this is, again, a year-long project to create the comic, and I really wanted to see what the response was. And the response was so big that I said, okay, we got to go big here. We got to continue the story, because people really dug it. And people really dig the character in particular. His character design was well worth the time to create him that way,
And that was the thing that I mentioned even before this thing came to fruition, is the character design that you had on your logo. It was just like just a little guy, very marketable looking guy, cute guy, noticeable. You remember him. So I thought you did a great job on the design of the character. And it gives you that I can imagine it being real easy to care about this character once I get into the book.
And we needed that, Marcus. I tell you, we needed that. I needed the audience to kind of, empathize with him, especially he deals with, things as being fearful of where he is. He's lost, kind of like, and in one of the scenes, he's in front of the sign that says, "Welcome to the South Bronx." And he looks like a toddler, really crying for his mom, So these things I'm trying to tug at the emotion of, because eventually, as he goes on within the story, he's going to, learn about the environment around him. And then ultimately he's going to have to make a decision of what his real purpose is here, so.
And we've got as always with the Kickstarters, you guys know the routine. We got multiple tiers that you can come in and back at, the tier that you are comfortable with backing at. And of course, you do have the big wig tier at $250 if you want to get your name immortalized in the comic book you have that option available to you as well, which is always exciting. And then we got some of these stretch goals, which I'm actually looking forward to. I'm definitely going to put some of these on my wall, God willing that we get there. But we've got some 5x7 prints, which I definitely got space on my wall for those. And are you planning on it? I mean, things going well. Are you planning on any further stretch goals potentially here?
No, I think these would be it for now. This is my first Kickstarter ever, first time ever in the game. So I'm kind of trying to keep things simple. So I learned it, because that's one of the biggest mistakes I heard people make as they're doing these things. So thank goodness I'm surrounded by great people that have given me great advice, And those posters are going to be dope, man. I already printed those too, and they look amazing. So especially the cover one, I dig my cover, but one of the things the cover, my logo actually covers up the whole, the whole top left part. But when you see it here, it's in this first funding goal of 2K, you see how the poster really should look, and it's just such a dope design, great scene of him going through the alleyway and everything. So I'm so glad that I'll be able to offer it without the logo there on top, kind of interfering with it,
Yeah, it looks nice though. And like I said, I do enjoy the character design, man. We have been funded on this one, guys, but as you know, with Kickstarters, the more the merrier, the more people that we can get this book out to, the better. So just because we've reached that stretch goal does not mean that we do not want your backing on this thing. We're at 61 backers. We'd love to see that number jump up tonight. Help my man get his book out to the masses so that I can continue to see the rest of the story.
Yes,
I'm so excited to get it in. And you showed the book on Wednesday with Indie Comics and Reviews.
Yeah.
And high quality looking book, man. So,
yes, and again, this has been such a long project. I want to make sure that it's up to the standards of what really the book should be, because really it's a lifelong dream to have this. So everything pops, the colors and everything, and just amazing production value. I certainly didn't want to sleep on that, So yeah, looking forward to it, man. Look forward to getting to people's hands, people that already have read it, just are digging it. Looking forward to the second and third one. So, and I'm looking forward to doing it too, because I really do think it's a story that everyone can connect with. In general, Zed is really me, growing up in a life with certain holes in it, and things like music in particular and art, of course, filled that and made me the person that I am today. So it really helps. Thanks, Wellboy.
Yes, great art, and you're after Lisa's heart here, setting it in the Bronx.
Yes,
so she loves that as
Bronx.
well.
Yes,
we gotta love Brooklyn, Bronx in the building. Yes, of course.
New York.
Much love for that. We got a lot of New Yorkers in this community, definitely. But thank you so much for jumping on, Eddie. I appreciate you guys. Christina's been putting the link in the chat. Thank you to Christina for that. Link is in the video description as well if you want to come back later and check that out. If you want to see indie comics, guys, you got to support indie comics, and this is definitely one to give your eyeballs. So give it a look, give it a chance, and thank you so much to Eddie for jumping on. He's got much more work to do, pushing this book out to the masses, so he cannot stick around for the FOC part. But I do appreciate you coming through and hanging out with us, man.
Thank you. I'm going to listen to your show later, though. You know that, man. Every week.
Man, it'll be a bunch. I'm sure it'll be a bunch of nonsense, but thank you.
My ears are tingling a little bit. Normally, when this ear tingles here, Marcus, something goes down. So I'll be listening, man.
I'll be ready for it. Thank you so much, Eddie.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. Link is in the chat. I don't know what we got going on this week. Do we want to talk about FOC or do we want to chill? As always, that is up to you guys. The link is officially in the chat. We'll see who wants to get down tonight. And, of course, we've got my man, Drew Manchu, never short
we
on
in the
opinions.
We in the building.
Never worried about you not liking his opinion, which I really appreciate.
I rarely like my opinions. Why would anybody else?
What is going on with you, man? Have you seen the comic book community news?
I have not seen any comic book community news. I was working today. When I finished that up, I was editing some videos, trying to put some content out there in the world. So I haven't been paying attention to other people and what they've been doing on the other side of the street. That's why I came here to find out.
Well, I'm going to highlight this guy. The thing about this guy, which is funny to me, which is that he calls this like a comic book community news channel. But both of the times that he used my clip, it was in no way, shape, or form news. Like in the first one that he did, he used my Soul Glow reel that I did on Instagram.
That's newsworthy.
I pretended to be the character from the commercial in Coming to America, just having fun. And I did that like a year and a half ago, but then he splits it in his comic book community news as if it was new, but really it was a year ago.
Quit
And of
burying
course,
the lead. Who is this? Is this your usual boyfriend that we talk about on Tuesdays?
this is a new guy.
Oh
I mean,
my
he's not new to YouTube, I don't think, but he's been around, I think.
Is he
But
new
we
to
got
me?
Mighty Comics and Collectibles.
Very new to me.
He's at 11,000 subs,
I
so
don't
he's
know
not
this
a,
guy.
not a small channel at all. But he's been covering the comic book community drama a bit with his comic book community news, where he dresses up like newscasters. And the latest one features me once again. Let's go ahead and give him a view
I
here.
can't
We'll go
wait.
at 1.5 though, because we ain't got all day for this.
Welcome to CBC News. I'm your host, Jim Jerkhammer. Our top story tonight, CGC layoffs. Multiple reports have confirmed at this hour that CGC, the leader in comic book encapsulation, have begun letting go of some of its workforce. Included among the layoffs is popular CGC forum moderator, CGC Mike.
All right, I guess we don't. We talked about the layoffs.
At this time, but many have speculated on various culprits.
And of course, he dresses up as a woman too, as well.
YouTube channels, the popularity of comics on Instagram.
Well, that's where half his subs come from.
Past few years, there was growing frustration amongst collectors, resulting in testy conversations, drama-filled rants, and some massive comic book meltdowns. Let's take a look back on the last few months of what CBC News is dubbing comic book community wars.
And they're all saying "fuck you," and then your live stream gets taken over by a fast-talking grifter.
Oh, he's come back. Was it internet problems?
Jesus Christ, dude!
Dude, it was internet problems. Ladies and
I'm on
gentlemen,
Check out my reel on this classic.
He called him a grifter.
you did.
Did this really just call me a fucking monkey? Are you fucking kidding me? He's in here crying about people being called pedos, but he's calling a black man a monkey? Are you fucking kidding me, you dumb fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Fuck out of here.
I picked some good enemies, don't I? Jeez, OP.
What the fuck, dude?
That happened a while ago, but
where a sweaty individual has gotten our attention, we just deployed some Taco Bell and believe that will cool things over for now. Just know when comic book drama rears its ugly head, the Comic Book Drama Authority will be watching.
I might call you a puto because you are a puto. Fuck Brian. I don't like you. Fuck everybody who wants to ride with him. You are boring. That fucking thing was a sham. The only thing that was fun about that was your co-host switching out his shirt every other minute. Other than that, you have no charisma. Zero charisma. You're a fucking loser. You took the shot at the wrong guy. Goddamn right. You know you ain't gonna say shit like that. But you're gonna take that shit at me and you think I'm gonna let that shit slide? Fuck no. You goddamn right I'm not letting that shit slide. I don't give a fuck. You got me fucked up, homie. I'm stupid like that. You fucking with the wrong guy,
I'm
homie.
stupid like that.
Dude, the sticky juice effect. I got how many thousands of views did I get on Karen?
The editing
How
list
many
is pretty
thousands of
good.
views did I get for freaking Suddenly Comics? How many thousands of views did I get for Jim Mint? 15, 20,000 fucking views, and he comes on my channel drunk as a skunk.
Wow,
acting a
he's
damn fool.
Why is he
And then
so
he goes on there
mad? What
and he's
the
trying to show
fuck?
porno on my fucking channel. Trying to get me
Why
canceled.
is he
So that
not
watch
wearing
it.
a shirt?
I don't
Do
know.
it. All those sticker people like Immortal Biggie Shack and Brother John, the brother of Digger Jim, have done nothing but mock us and ridicule us since Comic Tom. And this is our chance to shut them up and tell them where they can stick those stickers.
Come on, Sticky Goose. There's no backing out now. If
That's
Brian McClay
Wahoo
finds out that you
comments.
chickened out, he's going to go on Comic Journey, call you the P word 15 times.
Always, most importantly, spread cheeks. It's the Brooklyn way. Peace.
Why is the ice cream machine at McDonald's always broken? And what does CGC
News is very informative and makes my bowels regular.
And then he
Your show
goes
is a
on
comic.
and looks at, he reads comments. But anyway, he's making a bit of a splash with that one. If you read the comments, there's a lot of people talking about how funny it is, how awesome it is. So a way to plug in and get views off the drama without actually being directly involved in the drama. But it is weird how clips of me keep getting in there when it's all old stuff.
It's not that old. It was like a month ago.
It was more than that.
No, it couldn't have been more than a month ago. It couldn't have been.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, it couldn't have. Let's get back in the Wayback Machine.
All
Let's
right,
go up to
we can-
88 and figure out how long ago this was.
Well, I made a little bit of a reel about it, so we can go back and see when I made the reel, and I think it was a while ago.
That was the whole Niobe situation, correct?
Yes, and it was
Yeah, it
8
wasn't
weeks,
that long ago.
2 months ago, 8
Okay,
weeks.
2 months. All right, 2 months.
Actually, 9
Fair
weeks.
enough.
9
Fair
weeks.
enough.
So yeah, over 2 months ago. That's old news. It was not news, but whatever. Get
you
your
know,
clicks.
I'll tell you this much: that was well edited together. The second I stopped caring about one piece of it, they went back to it made me laugh. I mean, I chuckled at it quite a bit, and to be honest, it's pretty stupid that everybody gets so worked up about these things, and it's just like the same as the news cycle. It's like we didn't even remember how long ago that was, and it was only 9 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was 9 weeks ago.
We didn't remember because so much has happened, and it's so temporary, and it doesn't matter. But I thought that video was funny, and I might go back and rewatch the whole thing. Probably not, but maybe.
We got Benny Compton in the house. What up, Benny? Darth Lopez is in here. My man Sledhead joining us tonight. Saw him in the Discord earlier as well. What up to my man Sledhead?
Discord has been blowing up lately, guys.
It has. Wellbore in here. No fucking way, man. What up, Bore? Good to see you. We got the great legend. I tell you what, I cannot see the great legend without him mentioning either Niobe Comics or Razor Comics. One of the two. He can't leave me alone.
He likes to needle you about it, my friend.
No matter what, one of those motherfuckers is getting brought up. You guarantee
it's gonna happen.
We've got Perry and TK's new channel, Comic Lore, in the house. Check
They're
them out.
Good stuff over there.
Dropping comic book content. They've been doing some great voiceovers. Perry's Batman is a terrible voice, but they've been getting their ladies to do voiceovers as well.
Perry's
so
Batman's
definitely check them out. They are creeping on the come up there on the subs, so you can definitely be one of those new subs. We got my comic book homie Beckerman in the house. Kansas City is in the building. Yes, the Chiefs lost this weekend, but that's okay. It's the preseason to us. I know it was the Super Bowl for some of you, people like Darth Lopez here. It was their Super Bowl, right? Oh, they beat the Chiefs. Yay, we're the one. Like, congratulations on your regular season Super Bowl win, guys. Really happy for you. But some of us, we win playoff games, and that's what we're worried about. So really happy for you guys, but ain't nobody here tripping.
Football this Sunday was not good for me. Justin Tucker forgot how to kick the football, apparently.
The Ravens might not be very good, guys.
The Ravens are very good. They are one of the best offenses in the league. Their defense actually showed up, and they couldn't get it done because fucking Steelers, man.
We got DVH in the house. We got my man 90 Miles from Comics is in the house. Another one of the Jigs Discord homies. He is our journal keeping, our note taker, giving us the daily notes. Perry and I solved racism yesterday morning. So we're doing big things.
I guess I haven't been there since yesterday morning.
Yeah, we're doing big things in the Jigs Discord. So you guys are missing out on that. We got Entropy of Comics in the house as well. What up, Entropy? Lisa's in here representing New York. As usual, what's up, Lisa? Appreciate you coming through. My man Daymares is here. Looking forward to seeing him this coming March for Planet Comic Con. We're so excited. We got Mario Lopez and Elizabeth Berkley, Saved by the Bell, coming through, guys. So that's just the beginning of the guest list.
Showgirls.
Of course, yes, you know what's up. But
I'm
so scared. I'm so excited. I'm so scared. Classic stuff. But she's going to be there, guys. Come see us and get drunk with me. Can you drink me under the table? I'm excited to find out. Let's do it. We got Fatty Boom Batty in the house. What up, John Stout? Good to see you, my man. Rad Art and Comics is here as well. I appreciate you joining us, my man. The other half of Comic Lore, TK's Bat Cave, is in the house. What up, my man? Thanks for joining us.
Hello, young man.
Mad Spidey from Down Under is here. I know you're probably busy, man, but I appreciate you clicking that link and saying what's up to us. Thanks for coming through. The Buffalo Bills. Look, there he is. Look, they won the Super Bowl this Sunday. Those poor bastards. They don't know the playoffs ain't started.
Josh Allen's washed.
They think the playoffs have already started. Poor bastards. Hot Rod's Garage. What up, Rod? Thanks for coming through. Always representing Philadelphia. You know he is. Hooked on Juno is in the house. My Indie Comics and Reviews homie. What's up? We'll be back tomorrow night over at Indie Comics and Reviews. So look for us every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Love it. Having a good time over there. And speaking of Indie Comics and Reviews, we got my man, Willie Survive, one of the regulars over there. Good to see you, my man. And, of course, I'm ready for you now, Willie.
Don't do it, man. Not with that money.
The classic indie comics and reviews clip right there. Thanks for coming through, Willie. Always appreciate that. And we got Dave, also known as Mark Spector Comics, in the house, man. Good to see you, my man. Thanks for joining us. FOC is the place to be. And he would like to remind you that Josh Allen's 1-0 against Lamar. Anything to say about that?
Yeah. All I know about the Buffalo Bills is their history of crushing defeats. That's it. It's like really it. Like the children of Africa were solely clothed by Buffalo Bills championship memorabilia for years.
Where's the lie, though, right? Where's the lie, Darth? I don't see one. I don't see a lie. These are facts. What's going on with you, man? Anything going on your channel? Any? Did you read anything exciting recently?
I've been reading all kinds of stuff. But really, I've been delving back into a lot of the X-Men stuff that's come out recently, the From the Ashes stuff, because I want to start doing some videos and some content on that stuff to get more engaged with it. I think that the good stuff from the Ashes stuff has been really good, and the bad stuff has been really, really terrible. You want to talk about all of Baltimore's CFL championships? We can start talking about that.
He said we have an AFL championship. Bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart, Darth. Oh, man, I can't even.
Poor Buffalo Bills fans, man. You got to feel for them.
Hey, yeah, I don't even want to come at my man.
They got to
cool.
send themselves through flaming tables when they tailgate just to feel feelings.
We got an AFL championship, man. Okay, don't you forget it. Darth, you're killing me, dude.
That's sad. That's sad, really.
What up, Dave? Good to see you, my man.
What's going on, Dave?
Look at you.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Tonight. I just got this in.
What's
Does anybody watch The Expanse on Prime?
No, I haven't had the opportunity to give it a shot.
Oh,
I hear good things.
The first 2 seasons, honestly, are incredibly boring. I'll tell you the truth. They're really boring. But if you can
After
make it
that,
to
it
the
expands.
3rd season, it gets amazing after the 3rd season. Absolutely incredible after the 3rd season. And this is a direct continuation of the TV show. And this book actually takes you 20 years into the future, and you still don't know what the fuck is going on Laconia. Like, they better give us a movie. I know you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but for anybody who is into The Expanse, we go through 20 years of time in this, and they still don't tell us what the fuck is going on.
Role-playing game as
Laconia.
well?
I've only watched the season.
You're thinking of, what is that board game they're playing? Lacorna? No. Damn it, I'm blank. I got Laconia stuck in my head, so I can't think of their name. Lorcana.
Very, very often do I get nerd shit that I'm not into confused with other nerd shit that I'm not into.
There are 6 seasons of The Expanse, and then this
still
is
going?
No, 6 was the last season, but I'm hoping we get a movie.
6 seasons in the movie, Community.
And this clearly sets up a fucking movie. Please give us the movie, man. So I love it. Like I said, season 1 and 2 are kind of boring, but season 3 is amazing. Season 4 is cool, and then season 5 and 6 are amazing again. So
are those adaptations of those stories or just expansions on that universe?
No, this is a direct continuation of the last season, season 6. This directly continues the end of season 6. So if you are wanting more of the show, you can get it more from the Dragon Tooth comic. And
I've heard that there's a lot of deep lore there.
Well, it's based on a book series that goes even deeper.
Okay, so even more.
Yeah. So if you love it, then you can even get deeper with the books, because the books go far past. I think they go past where the show went for sure. So if you're into that space shit, I cannot recommend Expanse enough. I actually got this from the Kickstarter. I backed it, and so I got a bunch of cool shit with it. But I'm a nerd, so I'm excited to put this on my bookshelf. So that's what I've been reading recently. Mark, anything you got going on that you've been reading recently? Any pickups?
Not much really. I caught up on the Absolute Batman, and I read Absolute Superman #1. Haven't read really anything new this week. I read a Golden Age book the other day. I picked up at a comic book show on Sunday, but it was like Adele, nothing crazy, like a Bugs Bunny book that I picked up. But that's about it, really. I haven't been reading a lot. I just haven't had much chance.
Yeah,
and I just drove back up tonight to Vermont. So if the reception kicks in and out, it's because I have shitty Vermont, internet.
Fuck you, Vermont. Yeah, I know you're always on the road, man. So
yeah,
I definitely get it. We got the homie Biggie Shack in the house. He's been making a stir with his background ratings, which I'm going to tell you right now, Biggie, I'm glad you're here. You're running a fucking Mickey Mouse operation over there.
I know.
And
I'd like to call him
background
as well.
ratings. It's a Mickey Mouse operation you're running over there.
Rinky
Biggie.
Dink.
He gave me like a 3.4, and then he gave Razor, who had nothing but Raiders jerseys on his couch, a higher score than me. Make it make sense, Biggie.
Here, I'm gonna go ahead and call him out right here and now. I got a 6. I've got like unmade bed. I've got laundry. I've got stacks of shit on the coffee table behind me. I've got poster hanging down off the wall. I got a 6. Like, where is the consistency here? Where?
So I don't know.
Marcus has got lights. Marcus has got boxes. He's got prints. He's got art. Look at all that.
What do you want from me, dude? What do you want?
His shit looks tidy and clean. So
what's
maybe
the,
mine looks lived in, I
background
guess. I
that
don't
you're
know.
talking about?
He's
So
just judging
Biggie,
people's backgrounds, and I'll tell you what, it's fun, but it is
fun.
also a dangerous game he's playing.
It is
playing
fun.
a dangerous game.
Well, I think it's funny the way he's doing it. Like, it's completely shisty the way he's doing it. Like, DJ Links gave him a $50 super chat, and then all of a sudden, DJ Links background of the night.
Well, you know what the thing is like last night he started letting D do the rankings, and D is like a fucking stickler. He was just like, no, that I can see his books, but like there's glare. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? So he was definitely back there, calling people out for the tiniest of infractions where Biggie was just giving away loosey-goosey scores. And then Biggie's like, all right, I'm going to tighten up now. You made me think about this. I'm going to tighten up. Like,
dude, yeah.
Biggie
there's been no consistency to Biggie's rating. Honestly, Biggie, I think you need to start over and have a keener focus on being fair so that people can take it more seriously and have fun with it, because it's a complete Mickey Mouse operation right now.
I actually like the fact that it's a Mickey Mouse operation.
I mean, it does make
I think
it funny.
if you got him drawing tight parameters, then you're taking all
Yeah,
the magic
you're
out of Biggie
right.
Shack and
You're
what he does
right.
over there.
You are taking away the magic.
Well, if that's the case, I'd probably get a 0 rating on my backgrounds because it.
I
Like
mean,
one of
you
the-
probably
It's very
default
angular,
StreamYard background.
the ceilings in
you'd
Vermont.
probably get a better rating than I did out here. Speak of the devil, there
Oh,
he is.
what's up? There he is.
What up?
Mr.
Oh,
Consistently Inconsistent. I got a bone to pick with you, brother. How dare
Make
you
your screen big, circumstances.
How dare you give me such a low rating?
We're getting a
you son
live.
of a gun.
We're getting a live judgment.
All
Look
right,
at
so
Look at this.
okay, I like the SM300. Maybe I saw an old
Something is
picture of
killing
yours.
children over there.
That's
No,
cool. I don't think I gave you a 3.8 either. I think I gave you like a 6.
It
I do
was
like the
just
little
out of the
genie.
camera.
That's
That's why
pretty
you
cool.
couldn't see. Yeah, look at
Yeah, I get
that.
it. I like
8
that. I
billion
like that.
Genie, baby.
It's a good series. I remember reading that.
And
Dark Knight's metal box back there.
Yeah, I think I gave him higher than 3.8. Maybe I'd have to. Maybe I didn't leave a message. I'll have to leave a message and make sure you see the score.
Look at that, huh? Oh, I love it.
Well, looking at it now, I would give you like a 6.5.
See, that's respectable. I would take a 6.5.
Yeah, I think that's about what I graded it, but I could be wrong. I probably saw, if I see a bad picture, I do grade bad. So
Look at my beautiful little Octo, though. I got this from E-Man's mother-in-law. She knit this. And actually,
cool.
Digger Jim
Actually a
won it.
secto.
Octo. What did you
There's
call it?
only 6 legs, dude.
Look.
that's enough.
It's an Octo, okay? His name is Octo. Don't you start with me.
In order to be an
All
octo,
right?
it needs 8 legs, bud.
But shout out to my homie Digger Jim who sent this to me in AOK. It's my favorite AOK, honestly. I love this thing.
It's
man.
beautiful.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
so cool.
Needs a few more
I like
legs.
the colors on there too.
Very cool. That's Octo in the house. Y'all know I'm a sucker for that shit. What do we got here? Who looks like Buffalo Bill's basement? Where's the woman's suit? Whoa. Time out, brother. It's a la Chiefs
Okay.
nada mas around here, my man. Biggie, are you having fun with the Room Raider? I know you've been getting buzzed, man. People having fun with it. What are your thoughts on it?
I keep getting people ask me to rate them again or grade them again. So, or grade if I haven't graded them. I'm running out of people to grade, but I leave comments, and I think the interaction's good. We need to comment on each other's videos more. So I've been going around commenting on everybody's videos, and yeah, people were like, "Hey, Biggie was here. He looked at my fucking thing. That's funny or something, you know." And
90s,
that's just kind of what I do.
90s in here representing the NWO. What up, 90s?
Look at that. Amazing.
Apparently, it's
What
good
up,
life.
Kyle? Apparently, it is blood in, blood out, SA. Can't get away from that. We got Super Red Batman in the house. What's up, Kyle, my man? Good to see you. Anything else going on this week, guys? I think I'm skipping FOC this week. I don't feel like doing
What?
it.
No FOC?
If you guys really want to do it, we can do it.
No, I don't really care one way or the other. I was just here to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
same
just
here.
feeling like I had to do 2 shows tonight, so like I'm not feeling like putting a whole lot of effort. JP's show was delayed. He wasn't feeling well, so we didn't do it last night. We did it tonight. And I only got so much YouTube time in me, man. Unless we got something going on.
I was just stopping by to defend my rankings. I feel like
Yeah,
I do an
Mickey
honorable
Mouse operation.
I do an okay job.
It's been
All right.
fun, Biggie.
No, I know.
You're doing great,
Thanks
buddy.
for jumping on, my brother. I
No,
appreciate you coming through.
the funniest ones are like Comic Vet and Remy, because they don't have anything behind them, so I give them a 0. And Remy popped on, and he was like, "What do you mean? Why are you giving me a 0?" You know, and that's the best. So that's what it's all about. So
Hell yeah, always a good time. Link to Biggie is in the chat, guys. If you want to get your room rated, hit him up, let him know, and maybe he can find some time to fit you in and give you a Mickey Mouse score.
well, I'll give you. I'll run your background for you if you really need me to. But
No,
thank
I'm
you for
just-
dropping a link.
Hell yeah, for sure, man. All love, Biggie.
All right.
Thanks for
All right,
jumping
guys,
on,
have
my
fun.
man.
Yeah.
Later.
Bud.
Butt are cute, but I can't do much with them. But I like to keep mine tight. How tight is it, Cliff?
I'm sorry. What can't you do?
I like butts and I cannot lie. What up, Chris? Good to see you. Chaos and Comics is in the house. Another one of the Jigs Kingdom homies. What did Biggie rate on his own background? Well, that's the thing about Biggie's rating system that I don't think is well understood, is that he's rating everyone else as compared to his. His is the gold standard. So
No, I don't think he said that. Like, last I heard, he had given himself more of a, like a 8.5 type grade on his own background.
Oh, well, this is what 90 told me. 90 told me that he was comparing it to
Maybe
his
I'm
own,
wrong.
and that
So
his
who's had
background
the
was
the
gold.
highest background so far rated?
The biggest one, what did Beckerman got at 8.5? Is anybody beating that one? I mean, highly biased 8.5, but Rad, you got a 7.5. That's pretty high. I think the first one I got was like a 4. So to jump to 6.5 was a big improvement for me. So I'm down for
Yeah,
that.
you got to press and reslab there.
Yeah,
you got some on-site grading going on there. That's what happens. You got a little on-site grading bump.
Oh, Rob's Fat Stacks got a 10.
he
How
got a
much did
10.
you?
Oh, nice.
How much did he pay for that?
No, I think Not Near Mint got a 10.
Oh, Rob, worse.
But
Okay,
it's
yeah.
really hard to think of somebody who's got more books or better books available to them in their background than Rob Worst. He's the Rob.
He's
Best,
giving you everything you're
justice.
asking for.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Kyle, the link to join is pinned in the chat, but I'll post
Yeah.
it again here. But it is pinned there at the top, my man. You are always welcome to jump in here. Anything else going on this week? Any thoughts about CGC layoffs? I know there's been a little buzz about that. I don't particularly care.
You know, it's going to hurt turnaround times more than anything, I think. But a lot of that's going to be throughout their entire process. So if they're creepy ceiling holes. So, I'm curious again as to what kind of value slabbing a book actually adds if you're not pulling, top tier grades. And I think that if there's inconsistency like there has been from CGC with notes and things like that, then you're going to run into situations where more people look at that process and go, well, is CBCS the way to go on this? At what point does CGC stop being the gold standard?
That's been the question for a long time, though, right?
Yeah.
And it's consistently continued to be CGC.
But when you look at CBCS books, they're not selling for significantly less than CGC books are.
Not anymore, because they definitely used
They
to.
were. Yeah,
No,
it's not
they've-
nearly.
It seems like they've closed the gap, and in
Yeah.
specific books, they've actually sold for higher than CGC. I believe. Oh shoot, what's his channel? Is it Mint Hunter? Mint Hunter on YouTube. He did a video recently on like the CBCS CGC closing the gap, and he actually showed a few examples where CBCS has outsold CGC books in specific grades.
Really? I'd be interested to look at the numbers on that, because that's actually news to me. I was not aware.
It's not like CBCS is a less than reputable source. It's just they were not, they were not Kleenex. They were just another brand of tissue.
Yeah.
So once they get to that point where it's like, it's nominally different to submit your books to CBCS, I think CBCS will end up eventually surpassing CGC.
It does look like Modern is creeping up. They were getting down to a month there, less than a month, and we're back up to over a month again.
42
with
days,
the 42 days. So yeah, it's creeping back up. I wonder how much of it is just a slowdown. Like, are people realizing that we don't need to slab that number 15 book that came out last week? We don't need to slab that.
Yeah.
Are we realizing that yet? Jeez.
I really don't think that those kind of collectors are ever going to go away. There are going to be collectors who slab things that have no business
even
being
the
slabbed.
even vintage 81 days. That's crazy.
Yeah, it
81
was
days
nice.
seems like a long fucking time.
That used to be
but
fast though, right?
But
used to be
it's funny
super fast.
if you pay an extra 10, 15 bucks, you can get it in 21 days across the board.
Right.
So that's crazy.
And of course, we got the purists that always say buy the book, not the grade, right? But if you're buying a slab book, you're buying the grade. Right? If you're buying a raw book, you're buying the book. But if you're buying a slab, you are buying the grade. That's just how it works,
Or there's the thought process that you're buying that book to crack it. You're buying it to ensure that it was at that point, but you're still buying the book. Like, there are people who crack slabs. There are people who get things re-slabbed after being pressed and cleaned. Or you can pick up a slab and see that, oh, there are some defects on this that could have been taken care of if it was properly pressed. You crack it, you have it pressed, and you resubmit it. Like, it's all within the eye of the beholder how they collect. I'm not a slab guy. I'm just really not. And like, if I see a book that is a key issue and it's an 8.4 versus a 9.8, I'm going for that 8.4 all day long out of availability, out of affordability, to make it make sense for me as a collector. Like, I'm not, if I'm looking at a raw book and I'm looking at something that looks pristine versus something that doesn't, I'm going to go for whatever looks pristine. But like, fucking an 8.4 in a book from the 60s is going to look pristine. It's not, you're not going my eyes as a lifelong collector are not really going to be able to tell that much of a difference, and certainly are not going to be able to when it's sitting in a box. So to me, that doesn't really matter. But like, there are these people that like want to have their 9.8 pre-screens of every variant cover they ever buy. So it's like that's cool for them. I just think that eventually CGC is going to get themselves in a position where they stop serving the community and the community starts looking elsewhere.
Let me tell you, this is a lovely opportunity for CBCS once again. They need to strike again. They need another one of the commercials. That banana commercial was hot.
Banana.
They need a new one immediately. Immediately. They need one out tomorrow. They need to capitalize on this. Capitalize, you know? And if they want to go for a home run, do the video and tag Swaggle House. Go for the home run. Go for the home run. You know? Be like, get a 20% discount on your next slabbing, you know, product code Swaggle House. Just
I think they'd have to clear that with him to do something like that. But I do think it would be a good idea to use the community that way to promote themselves. I think that would be a great idea.
They absolutely should. This is a good, I mean, listen, I know none of them are perfect, and I'm not going to defend you know, anything. Am I gonna have a board meeting after this stream? Why would he say that?
I don't know.
Oh, you're wearing your fancy hoodie.
Why do you look verklempt? You're so verklempt.
Well, I mean, because Mark is here, and I mean, like, look at him. You know, the black. He's got the
sun's out, guns out. What's up?
You know, we don't even got the sun out. He is my sunshine right now.
Oh my!
The only thing about this time of year is we're back to that like low grade, like sweatpant time. You know, so I'm still getting some sweatpant action, which is good. I can see the tips. You know, and but
I'm sorry if you feel like a piece of meat, Mark or Dave.
Oh, come on. Mark,
I
was like, does anybody make you feel better about being a piece of meat than I do?
I actually enjoy it. But as far as slabbing comics, I'm really not into just slabbing a book, but I do prefer my signatures to be slabbed. I much prefer it. And so that's really where I've turned. I'm not really slabbing books to slab them, but I do have a ton of yellow slabs because I wanted that verified signature.
I got really into that when I first started collecting.
I got that on early too, but I don't.
But
really care
I stopped that quite quickly because it got to a point where, you know, artists were charging you $15 for a signature not verified. So like I used to go to a con and I'll sign your book. Oh, you're getting it verified. Yeah,
$20. At least $20,
dude.
Emma felt like I was scammed out of
it
a
was
few extra
never
bucks
that
just
much
because I was getting it witnessed.
One time I got a book signed and witnessed by two artists, the cover artist and the colorist who did the cover, just because they were right there. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'll get it double signed. And then I decided to get the writer to sign it at the same con. And the whole process for a book that literally has sentimental value to me and I enjoy the creators cost me like $70 to get it signed and graded, when literally a couple years ago I just would have walked into the con, got that book signed by 3 people, not worried about getting it slabbed, and not paid a fucking dime for it. And the fact that like I get antsy about standing in line to pay $10 to get somebody to sign my raw book that I'm not getting witnessed. I don't want to spend money on that.
I don't know. Well, the money thing is one thing, but after I was there the year the Dodsons were just scam, that's it. I understand every artist's plight after that.
Me too.
Know?
I mean, I get it. I get it.
But the whole standing in line thing, I cannot believe it. I've been going to larger shows since I was. Oh, Matt, look, you found
up,
Matt?
Can't get rid of me.
First appearance, baby. I'll take that action. What's up, my
We
man?
just had a hard-hitting, emotional interview. We laughed, we cried, we had fun. All right.
Check it out.
We cried. We just teared.
Yeah, this is that. We can't. Not gonna be like John Wayne. I don't cry. What are you talking about? Emotions. What are those? Ooh.
So I did find out that we're basically the same age, and we started collecting around the same time, and we started collecting pretty much the same stuff. So that's really neat.
See,
Twinsies.
I'm from Kentucky. He's from New York, but we still have a lot in common. See, so the America should come together now.
Let our powers combine.
Cry together.
Rage.
90 says, I absolutely slabbed my Hulk 180, bought it raw as a 4.0, cleaned and pressed it, came back in 8.0. Hands down, best decision I made when I was buying. And I think whenever you're talking about a big book like that, it makes perfect sense to grade it to me, like to encapsulate it, to let everybody know this is what it is and this is its approximate value, because it has real value, right? But for these modern books that came out last year, you know, X Factor #2. It's like, why are they so readily slabbed? It doesn't make sense. I think we've gone overboard, and I would like to
J.
see a
Scott Campbell
course
store
correction.
exclusive. Why not?
Well, that's different.
Is it
That's
though?
different. I
You
think
can-
it is.
And I
Is
see
it?
like offers for people like you can buy something slab that's not even come out yet.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
pre-sales.
they're ordering so many of them. Like, what's the one that comes out this week? The Catwoman Frank Cho.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, there's all sorts of people already going nuts over that. And
Yeah, I tried to pre-buy a slab once and I got scammed, so I'm never doing it again.
What did you get, a 9.6?
No, I didn't get anything ever.
Oh,
I
no.
never got anything.
Well,
It
who
was
did you
that
buy from?
it was that Hot Shot Comics that got real, like there was a big stink about them because they scammed a
course.
bunch of people, not just me.
Was that the one where the guy was like selling comics that people sent in?
Probably.
Was that
It
the
was-
one where
it's
the
Hot
guy's
Shot
wife
Comics.
was sleeping with the artist and they made an acid? No, I don't know.
No, that's Black
no,
Flag.
that was Clayton
They
Crown.
found a bunch of baby oil in there.
We
I
all
like, it
know
feels
that
like,
story.
Oh,
I don't know. I
wait a
feel like
minute.
we've all been
Wrong
around
story.
long enough to know that like these Instagram like based comic distributors that like are doing like store exclusives, like not all of them are legit and not all of them can handle growth when they experience it. And it's sad to see that some of these guys have and I don't think everybody starts out trying to scam people. I think they just shit gets out of hand.
Yeah.
And they're not business people.
And you know what's really funny is if they could just be honest about not being able to handle growth, it probably would work out better for them in the long run.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, that's like looking at somebody and saying, temper your own success. It's like, why would I do that? Like, well, because it's smart.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes you got to take it down a notch to make sure that you can survive.
So
Yeah,
DVH.
but that's the beauty, is knowing the success you can bring it on. Go
For
ahead.
real.
Sorry.
No, you're good. DVH, are you slabbing everything then? Or I mean, are you going scorched earth where everything you buy that you like has to be slabbed? Because that's
seems
interesting.
crazy.
So
I
I'm clearly I am a man. I'm a man of both worlds, right? And that's because these have some kind of specialness to me, and they they make great decor, right? I'm really proud that I have these. Most of these, there's a few exceptions based on how I acquired them, but most of these I have a loose copy or I have the trade paperback that I can enjoy, right?
Same here.
So like although I've been collecting Defenders left and right, I have the Defenders trade if I ever want to go to it and read the first 50 issues of the Defenders. I'm fine. So this is just all about, an acquisitions game and like, oh wow, I got it and it looks cool and it looks so great, and sometimes it's just so cheap. I got this for less than $40 shipped. It's a 9.8 Power Shazam #1.
Yeah, it costs over $30 to grade it.
Right, it costs over $30 to grade it.
It costs over $10 to ship it. You already win.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I got $38 shipped. No one cares. This is a great book. Jerry Ordway, beautiful team, beautiful story. I love the Power Shazam. I have almost the whole run, but I got the 9.8. Love it.
I feel like now, if you are in the market for buying these books, now is a great time.
And I've already read this. I mean, you don't think I would get this and not have already read it before? Come on, guys. Right?
There are
That's why I
plenty of
say when
people
I say,
who haven't,
You
though.
can't read it, though. You can't read it, right? But, like, I've already read it. I just wanted it like this because it's cool.
I see what you're saying now, DVH. And this is a dilemma that I'm into and here's the truth of the matter. Like, if I was an intelligent human being, I wouldn't chase floppies. I'd just buy trades and I would just read that way. Because that's honestly how I read. I don't read single issues. I read a bunch of issues together. I read trades. So even though I'm buying singles, I'm still reading that way. So if I was smart, I would stop buying these singles and I'd start buying trades. But I just love the thrill of the floppy game,
Dude,
man.
if I was smart, I'd never buy another comic again. You know, that's what I do a lot of. I read a lot of digitally because I don't have a lot of space. I'm limited on space now.
That's what I do.
Especially with you know, with my kiddos, I don't have a lot of space. I have my office space, and that's where I store 95% of my comic books.
Yeah, I have my office space as well, but you're saying things are getting out of hand right now.
Yeah.
So I'm at the point where I'm like having to make decisions similar to the one DVH is talking about, where like I'm either going to have to offload a bunch of stuff or I'm going to have to cut back on the intake because like the road that I'm building here is clear. And I'm looking at people like my friend Beckerman who's been collecting for 30 years and has 20,000 comic books. And I'm like, I can't get that far. I'm at 5,000 now.
It eventually gets there if you're not careful.
Oh yeah, Beckerman needs to message me. I got his comic book. I need to ship him.
Hell
yeah, get on that,
Beckerman. Yeah, I mean, he needs more comics, and it gets to the thing. It gets to the point like I'm gonna get a Things from Another World shipment, pre-order shipment this weekend. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna enter them into my CLZ, and then I'm gonna put them in these fucking boxes. Like I'm often asking myself, what the fuck am I doing here, man? I don't know.
You're living your best life, and why are you questioning it? You're living your best life.
I buy books. I
what else
bag
are
and board
you
them.
doing?
I put them in a box, and I pirate them to read them. Yeah, like, I literally do not read my comics. I put them in a bag and board. Like I've read comics before, sure. New stuff coming out, I don't read it. When I pick it up, I bag it, I board it, and I go home, and I'm like, well, the internet's got this. And so if I was smart, I would just read and not buy these things that most of them immediately lose their value. And you know, it is what it is. If you're reading these stories and you're collecting for those reasons, then that's great. And if you're collecting for cover buys, that's great. And if you want them slabbed, that's great too. There's really no wrong way to do it. You know, but like if you look at what you can see behind me, I got action figures, I got posters, I got prints. I don't have any comic books on my wall. I've never hung comic books on my wall, whether they be slabbed or raw. You know, I had family members get me comic frames for Christmas before. I've sent them out to people as AOKs because I'm not going to hang my comic books on my wall. My comic books go in my long boxes. And when they don't go in my long boxes, they go in my lap and I'm reading them. But when they're not on my lap and I'm reading them, or I'm organizing a stack of them behind me, they go in my long boxes. That's where they go. That's the spot for them. I get that people use them as display pieces and display them as art. That's never really been my thing. So like, as far as slabbing, it's never really been something that has super grabbed me as a collector.
See, I very much, I like.
I've only got 6 right now anyway, so
I put all mine on the wall.
No, they're beautiful. They look great. If I walked in your room and I saw them, I'd be like, Jesus, you have a 9.6 profit?
You damn right. That's a number 4 Stephen Platt variant, baby, signed by Stephen Platt himself. That's one of my favorite
that's cool.
slabs.
He's one of those artists I've always wanted to meet. Get some of my classic Moonlight covers cut by him.
He was at Heroes Con this year, so I got to meet him.
He was
super
supposed to be
the only one that struggles with like,
but I guess something came up.
I hope I'm not the only one who struggles with like every week and every month. I'm like, am I going to keep reading this? I can't afford to keep reading this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Sometimes I don't even want to like look at what just came out.
Yeah, man. In this grocery budget, man. I don't know about y'all, but this grocery budget is kicking my ass right now.
Cancel the streaming services and just read comics.
Exactly.
That's what I need to do.
Also,
when's the last time you saw something good on Netflix?
I wouldn't know because I'm too busy on YouTube.
Well,
I've been trying to cancel Netflix, but my family won't let me because they all watch it.
Just tell them that Logan Paul or Jake Paul Tyson fight was so bad that you can't support
Oh
it as a
my
family
God!
anymore.
That was a moment for history. That was a moment for history. I love it. For better or for worse, I love it. First of all, the second fight, those two sexy men. I just love that. That was very that was scintillating for me. Then,
scintillating. I like
then then those two girls came and went at it, and they brought the fight of the night. So God bless them.
That fight was awesome. That was the best fight.
Was awesome. They earned their paychecks, right? Then Tyson kissed his son and blasted from coast to coast, from nation to nation, blasted us with his ass, and the memes have been excellent. All right. And then in the second or third round, because I was half asleep trying to get through it, because the first round, great, and then it was over. Second or third round, you can see every bit of color draining from his face. And in that moment, Rosie Perez says, Mike is really showing his age out there. Boom! Like, I will have those cherished memories till the day I die. So thank you, Paul.
It made me nervous because I got Netflix back because I'm a wrestling fan, and I know that Monday Night Raw is going to Netflix in January.
Yep.
And so I was like, I said the Paul Tyson fight. I thought, I got it for that too, and that's why I've kept it. But like that streaming, y'all, with it going, like being all blocky like that, I was like, how are they going to have a live Monday Night Raw every week?
Because Monday Night Raw will not have.
It doesn't draw.
Monday Night Raw on Netflix
is
prospected to grab about 4 million people.
Yeah, which is a small fraction of the Paul Tyson crowd.
It's a fraction. It's not a small fraction.
Well, yeah,
there's 60 million
people are going to be watching.
What did that fight bring? Over 50 million people?
Well, okay, wait. Here's a serious question. Is Monday Night Raw pre-filmed? Is it pre-taped?
No. It's going to be,
supposed to be
3 hours of live content every month.
Every time.
It's supposed to be. It is occasionally preempted for certain
Serrano
reasons.
got robbed. My girl got robbed, and I'm fellow Puerto Rican too. Don't think I'm not mad about it, but she was great. She was great.
Can we talk about can we talk about my reel on the matter, Cliff? Did you have any thoughts on the reel that I posted when we talked about Jake Paul? And I said Jake Paul by decision, lock it, and I got major pushback. Can we talk about that?
Well, because we all dream. What? You know what? I have my dreams crushed every freaking day, Marcus. Every freaking day, my dreams are crushed.
But is it? I mean, just stop me if I'm wrong. But was I not remarkably correct about everything?
No, I'm not going to use remarkably correct just because.
Remarkably feels like the right word.
I feel like you were remarkably correct for you.
Listen, you show me your remarkable.
Watch the reel. Where's the lie? Come on,
we'll revisit.
Y'all talk about practice.
We want to talk about practice. Also, wait. Please. Okay, for my defense, I also did not understand that Mike had like multiple blood transfusions around June or July or some shit.
Did you know he was 58?
Well, there was
I rest my case, John.
Did you know he was Mike Tyson though?
Yeah, I'm just saying, dude, we all want a little bit of miracle. Did I think he was actually going to win all the way?
Yes, you clearly did. Don't even backtrack.
I clearly did. Yeah, I know, but also I didn't think it was going to be this. Can I just say, I really didn't think it was going to be this bad. But when I saw the color drain from his face, I was
told you it would be this bad, though. That's the thing.
You didn't tell me it was going to be this bad. You didn't tell me.
We may have lost the fight, but we all lost.
Watch the clip. I said, people, if you ever seen a 58, you ever seen old people fight, it's always ugly. It's really ugly. That's exactly what I told you, Cliff. And I said a lot of people are going to be disappointed.
You know what? There are people who overcome the tide sometimes at various ages.
God.
I was, how dare I have hope?
Rooting with his heart.
I had hope.
I know I will.
What about the part during the fight when it looked like he was like fighting his glove?
I was really hoping though when he put his hands behind his back and bowed with like 10 seconds left that he would just get a good right hook.
King of wishful thinking.
Yeah, there was several times during the fight where he looks like he's visibly biting his gloves. Like
he is.
He does.
He was holding back, throwing a nice right.
Yeah,
it was really frustrating seeing that.
But look, he collected his $20 million. He's got his marijuana investment money. He's doing better than ever. Maybe we'll get a new season of Mike Tyson Super Detective. I don't know. I would love to see more Mike Tyson mysteries.
Yeah, I hope that we all, and I'll leave it. I hope we all learned a lesson here in that
No, of course not.
we should not be getting hyped for these kinds of fights because they're gonna try it again, guys. They're gonna card out some other old person and they're gonna say, hey, they're gonna kick this person's ass, and it's gonna be a complete waste of your time.
Oh, dude, you know what?
They were going to pay him
we're
$50
not-
million.
listen, they will try again. They will try again, but we won't fall for it again because the only person who had a shot at making us believe was Mike. And now we're devastated. It's over. And I could say a lot of other things, but I won't. And
I think we'll fall for it. I think we'll fall for it right away. I don't even think it'll be close. I think that for the most part, people are the dumbest they've ever been, and they're only going to get more dumb.
Oh my goodness! And I thought I was holding back. Oh, Drew,
Matt, I know you're trying to. Oh, real quick, Matt. I know you're trying to get something out. What were you trying to say there?
Oh, I was just going to say that, like, I heard next time they're going to pay him $50 million to push George Foreman down a flight of steps.
Oh God, here we go.
There would be a certain call out that would draw everybody back in to watch Jake Paul fight again, and that would be Conor McGregor.
I don't want to see that.
They're already talking about
I don't want to see that. And he's too pasty. Like, there's just nothing entertaining about that.
I don't.
Maybe he'll dig up Muhammad Ali's grave and fight him next. You know.
I don't think my understanding. I heard the theory, the conspiracy theory, and it sounds right to me. Is that we're not going to see Conor McGregor until UFC signs the new TV deal, probably with Netflix, because they want Conor McGregor's 2 fights left on his contract to be part of the negotiations. Right?
Oh.
If they waste one of those fights now, he's not part of that TV negotiation.
He doesn't have an upcoming fight though already scheduled.
No,
he's got nothing scheduled.
Yeah,
they're actually talking about he maybe if the negotiations don't take place the way they think, he might not ever fight again. He just might not.
I don't believe that. He's worth too much money. He'll fight again. I think he's not
fighting himself valuable in the space, but I don't like the longer he waits, the further he will be from contention.
He is becoming more and more irrelevant the longer he waits. It's true.
Fighting is not the kind of like they can do it with boxing, they can do it with strategic matchups, but like for like hungry championship level fighters, it is not a young man's game, and it is not something that you can do forever. And when it's gone, it's gone. The thing that made Tyson appealing in this way is the same thing that makes Jake Paul appealing, is that they have that puncher's chance, that powerful puncher's chance. Whereas like Jake Paul, say what you will about him, he's a talented athlete, he's a okay fighter who knows what level he's on, because the only time he got put up against an actual boxer he lost, but like he has that puncher's chance about him. He could throw a haymaker that knocked Mike Tyson on his ass. Mike Tyson at almost 60 years old had the exact same ability. The problem is they didn't go in there having a fight. They went in there having an exhibition. That's what they did. That's what they were always going to do. And the fact is, if it was, fight for your life, you either make all the money or you make none of the money, they would have actually fought for it. And we might have seen something cool.
No,
Instead,
Mike would have got knocked out if they fought for real.
Or he comes in for 1-2 and knocks him out, dude.
No.
You don't you can't say there's no puncher's chance with Mike Tyson.
I can actually. I am.
No, you can't.
If you watch the fight, Mike had that quickness for about 30 seconds, and then it was gone.
And that's what he's saying.
That's all I'm saying is if he comes out and he hits him with a 1-2 combination and knocks him right out because he's fighting for his life.
And I think we all knew the longer the fight went, the less of a chance he was going to have.
Yeah. What's more likely though is he comes out, he goes for the theory in 30 seconds, he doesn't get the knockout, and then he gets embarrassed by Jake over.
Well, George Foreman was fighting when he was 45. So.
Yeah, he wasn't 58. He wasn't 58, guys. And Mike Tyson fought in his 40s, and he looked garbage then too, if you remember.
He looked worse in his 40s than he did at 58.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he looked way worse this Friday. Way worse. He could barely walk.
He could
barely walk. Yeah.
He had a bum knee.
We'll see though. They're gonna do it again. They're gonna card out another old guy, maybe Brock Lesnar. Somebody's gonna get carded out.
Well,
you think for 1 second that Brock Lesnar is doing any sort of job to Jake Paul? You're out of your goddamn mind.
but he's there to be a name if they're to do it at all. Let's be clear.
There is no way that he's going to put himself in that position to lose to Jake Paul as Brock Lesnar. The guy has an ego about him that is just like unmatched as far as that space is concerned. Like he's the kind of guy who just picks people up and throws them around the way that he wants to. And if he can't do that with Jake Paul, he's just not going to do it.
Yeah, he's not the baddest UFC heavyweight of all time, but damn it, he's the fucking scariest, if you ask me.
He might be the scariest man to ever live.
You hear this?
He just seems so unapproachable and such an asshole.
I wouldn't fuck with him.
Well, speaking of the baddest heavyweight right now, how about John Jones potentially dropping his title belt to fight Alex Pereira?
That's whack, dude. I don't want to.
Seems like a bad idea for.
That's a
he wants a big fight.
That's dumb. If he doesn't fight Tom Aspinall, then send him home.
It doesn't seem like he will.
I think he will. I think people have made the argument that by doing what he's doing and ducking, quote unquote, ducking Tom Aspinall, he's actually building this fight up. And I think
building Aspinall up. Yeah,
it's obviously true. It's because everybody's
nobody
like
gives a shit about Aspinall, and nobody ever will.
Yeah,
he's just got to be the guy John Jones has to get through.
Yeah, he's got. If people see him as the guy who can beat John Jones, which he in fact is the guy that can beat John Jones,
there's nobody that can beat John Jones right now.
He's making the declaration right now.
Tom Aspinall can beat him. I'm not saying he will beat him, but he absolutely can beat him for sure. No question.
John Jones might be the best fighter that is ever.
Oh, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
I agree, but that doesn't mean that he's 37 now, guys. He's 37, guys, and Tom Aspinall's very fast, very strong. I think Tom could get him, and I think that part of the, and he even said it. He came out and said it. Like, if I were to risk my legacy against John Jones, or against Tom Aspinall, I need fuck you money. He's openly admitting that he could lose this fight, and he could. He absolutely could. But you could also flip that and say he's building a fight, which either way it works out. I want to see it.
He's the name, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At
this point, it doesn't matter how much of a contender Aspinall is. He's John Jones, and Aspinall is not.
Very true. Well, that's all we got this week. Let's go ahead and get into the shout outs here. I already got Heroes for Hire ready to go. So let's do you first. What's going on with you, Matt? Anything you want to promote? I know you got the show with Cliff tonight.
Yeah, we had that show tonight. We had fun, I thought.
We had a great time.
And we had some in-depth, hard-hitting journalistic questions. Yeah. And that's a weekly series. Next week on Tuesday, next Tuesday at 8:30 p.m., my guest will be Cheap Comic Collector. And I got a lot of guests booked. And if any of you guys want to be a guest, just hit me up on Instagram, Ghost of Tom Joe 76. I have a claim sale tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. $1, $2, $2, and $3 claims. And then I'll have some other keys for other prices. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you for jumping on tonight and giving me a first appearance. I love those things. So thank you so much for that. And I hope to see you again. Shout out to the homie Dave, a.k.a. Mark Spector Comics. Anything you want to promote on your channel, my man?
No, not really. Just keeping it low key. When I get a chance, I'll, record something, but I'll be up here for a stretch. So if I have some time, I'll drop a video. We'll see. No promises.
So plug in, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything. Check my man out. Thank you so much for jumping on, Dave. I appreciate you. We also got Drew, Mr. Opinions, Mr. I Don't Care. What do you got going on with you?
The channel's right down below. If you're not subbed up, sub me up. I'm on the road to 600, which is kind of crazy. And I'm just putting out a lot of shorts, a few longer form videos, but mostly the short stuff and mostly reviews. But my latest video is about Nightfall Batman. So if you don't know anything about Jean-Paul Valley, be sure to click on that and learn about that in about 58 seconds. And you can hear about Batman. And that time he was an absolute religious zealot. And it was awesome.
And
he had pouches and claws. And it was awesome.
And letting villains die.
Not quite killing, but
Yeah,
not saving.
But that was
Not
it. That's it. He
saving.
walked away from that.
Not
What was it? Was it
saving.
Firefly? He let fall to his death.
Dude, it was like literally Bruce was like, oh man, I can't be Batman, and Dick was like, oh, that's terrible, and Robin was like, oh, that's terrible, I guess Nightwing's gonna have to be Batman. And he's like, no, we're gonna give it to this nutcase who, like, literally 5 minutes after becoming Batman's like, I need more blades on this thing, and loses his ever-loving mind.
And now is a wonderful ally to Bruce and friends.
No, he's not. He just shows up every once in a while and becomes
But
some
did you not see
edgelord.
that thing where the tank crashed and like, who do we got on the ground? And he burst out in the Asbat's armor.
Oh God, no, I didn't see that, but I'm pretty sure if it was the Asbat armor, I would have given me a little bit of a nerd boner.
Yeah,
most...
no, it gave Legion of Comics a massive nerd boner because he bulked out in full Asbat uniform, and it's like Mark was exploding,
I
disgusting.
just feel like everything they've done with Azrael outside of that initial run has just been really superfluous and not necessary. And it's like,
well, all of
every
them
once in
are.
a while he shows up and they're like, Azrael, what are you doing here? And he's like, blah, 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 Saint Dumas, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
And I'm
because
just like,
they don't know.
are you going to
don't
put on the
know.
costume? If you're not, I don't care.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Look at them. Azrael, Artemis, Steel, Connor Kent. You know, every so often it's like we found a groove for them, and then they lose the groove, and then they don't know what to do with them.
I think Connor had a much longer run.
Oh, he had a much longer groove.
You know,
And Steel,
Steel, every time Steel shows up, I'm like, fucking why is Steel here? And maybe I'll do a video about Steel next.
Yeah. But
There you go.
Now Steel's great every once in a while. I'm talking too much time.
Plug in the True Man Jew. Link is in the chat, guys. Check that video out. Find out what he is talking about. Super Red Batman, aka Wheelchair Superhero, aka Kyle, is in the house. Link for Kyle is in the chat, guys. Kyle, what's going on with you, my man? Anything you want to promote?
I like we're going live Thursday in the morning or afternoon.
Going live Thursday, okay.
It depends on how long like we will be. But I will be going live some point Thursday, so I have to make it, but I will. It's coming like the Hangout.
Just
talk about old or new comic book, and maybe talk about what we want to do. And I also have a comic book club on IG. And if you guys want to come and join, hit me up on IG, and I will add you to the comic book club chat.
Yes, I am in the comic book club chat. So he started a chat on Instagram where we're just talking comic books. So if you'd like to join that, definitely hit him up on the Instagrams. Link for his Instagram is in the chat as well, guys. So you can plug in and to that. So check out the homie. Thank you so much for jumping on, Kyle. I appreciate you as always. And last and most certainly not least, we've got Cliff on Comics in the house. What's going on with you, my man?
Well, this past Saturday, I had Rock and Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers on. That was a great episode. So if you missed that, go and check out the stream and do a rewatch. This Saturday, I will be at Icon in Fishkill, New York, with the rest of the Council of Comics. Izzy will be there too, so look forward to some shenanigans. So, because I cannot be there for you Saturday morning, I am doing my very first episode of Comics and Cocktails with Cliff at 8 p.m. on Friday night with Steve, aka Hip Hops and me, as you would know him on the Instagram and the YouTube. So I look forward to having a great night with him on Friday. And then on November 30th, when we close the book on Thanksgiving and open the cold doors to the winter wonderland of Christmas, I have Chris, the comic vet, joining me for Comics and Coffee with Cliff.
All right.
That's what's up. Thank you so much for jumping on, Cliff. I appreciate you as always. And link for his channel is in the chat, guys. Get plugged in. And I will go ahead and plug an upcoming appearance. I'm a little nervous about it. I'm not going to lie, because I don't feel like I belong on this show. I've seen some heavy bangers on Only Slabs. But I will be on Only Slabs this coming Saturday for the episode to show off some of the slabs that I have in my collection. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, link for Rob's channel is in the chat as well. I think it's at 2:30 Eastern time, 1:30 God's time. So I'll be going on there showing 21, 22 slabs, whatever it is. So if you're interested in what I got going on, definitely check that out and cheer me on, because I'm nervous, because we've had some real bangers come through on that show, and I am not going to be bringing it.
Your head is in the wrong headspace, because let me tell you something. All right, Action Comics #1, we seen it. Superman #1, we seen it. Okay, we've seen also these like, oh look, it's the first. Listen, how many times have we seen the first black outfit? How many times have we seen Amazing Spider-Man 252? All right, look,
way more times than we've seen Prophet #4.
Yeah, did you see?
Oh, you will definitely see that Saturday.
I didn't whip any of that. I didn't whip out any of that stuff. I brought what I had and had my stories to go with it, and that's what really counts. And that's what people are watching.
Well, thank you for the pep talk, Cliff. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you so much. Well, link for Rob's channel is in the chat. Or I never actually put it in there, so let me make that true real quick. Link for Rob's channel is in the chat.
Seen Hulk 181 on that show. Good Lord.
Well, tune
eventually,
in.
When I get on that slab show, I'll definitely show books that vast majority of people have not seen before. So that's what I'm going to go, because I want to show off the same books.
Wear this shirt.
And the shirt.
Yeah.
Wear this shirt. Make sure you were at the gym an hour earlier. Okay.
Oh, get the pump in.
Yeah,
Get that. I gotta get those veins going, bro. Get them veins.
It's about making sure.
Yes, like every time you lift the comic, right? We get a nice full pump. That's what I want.
There you go.
A pimp named Slaughter. I might be retiring a pimp named Slaughter. I don't know. We'll see. We might bring him back.
Pimp named Slaughter. Come on.
We might bring him back for Comics Curing Cancer next year. We'll see. You know, I'm always down to promote that great event, that great comic book community driven.
Oh my
event.
God! Can you not only bring him back, but can his journey be that we didn't see him for a year because he was off becoming a Jesuit priest? Please give him a storyline.
I mean, we might have to work on something like that. That might make it
easier
interesting
than they say.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got this week, guys. Thank you so much to everybody who jumped on the panel and kept things interesting, as well as to everybody in the chat that kept things lit, as well as to everybody who watches on the replay. Thank you so much. And check out that End of Zed Kickstarter, guys. If you want to see indie comics, you got to support indie comics. But that's all I got this time. Until next time, peace.